We have a situation in South Africa which is, I think there is a huge need, but also a huge responsibility for businesses to take the situation seriously into account and say, in what way can we realistically prevent the catastrophe that is upon us? In what way can we assist people who very often, through poor education and very often misfortunes of various kinds, land up not only starving, but homeless and without really a lot of hope. I, with other businessmen, got involved and started a restaurant opposite Shell House in Lower Berg Street called Matthew's Restaurant. And that was an eating and meeting place during the daytime, teas and lunches only, for business people to come together. But of course, one of the important elements we attracted were the homeless, because they knew they could drop in there and they would be continually asking for a sandwich or something. And that is when I first got the message that something should be done. I think I would like to start a place for homeless people where they could be cared for. And he said, there's a place in Roden Street which is deserted. I mean, it's a big old school building, and it was Seiffel's Trust, who were the trustees at that time. And they said, well, it's got to comply with the will of Lady Catherine Bell. The roof was caving in, the floorboards were rotting, nobody was occupying that huge site. And they said, well, if you can put up a justification, you could use it. The place was very large, 3 stories, so the building at the front was the coach house. It's had many reincarnations, and so we got the building into a reasonable shape. We started with one employee who was teaching carpentry. We started with 2 or 3 trainees only, and it sort of gathered moss from there. And that went on for 34 years. We were training people, but were they getting jobs? Of course, there is a feeling of sadness. Times do change, and you have to accept change and be challenged by change. Hope is not a one-way street. There is hope from the intended recipient. But we also have hope. We hope for change in their life. They have to want to change. That is a key issue with us. But if they are willing to improve their lives, that's where we come into the picture. There should not be any degradation of anyone through their misfortune. They should be given a chance, some hope. We have to acknowledge them as equal parties. Well, undoubtedly, the residence has consistently been an aspect of our operation that has been successful, because those 40 beds are occupied, and we always have a waiting list of round about 20 to 30. Look, there have been many ups and downs. The highlight of hearing people give their testimony or how the carpenter shop has helped them, but you don't know all about all the letdowns and the sadness of the lives of many of the people who've come through our hands. There have been many words of encouragement. There have been many accolades. Simon of Cyrene was the person commanded by the Roman soldiers or soldier to carry the cross of Jesus. It is an accolade that I treasure above anything else. It's not something that people crave, but once they have become homeless or become deprived of an income or suffered a broken family, all sorts of tragedies in life, they give up hope. It's the acknowledgement that We are all human.